Gurubhyo Namaha. This is Shrutika of class 12, PSBB Suruseri. Welcome to day 17 of Vidyashakti, a virtual platform to showcase the talents of the students of PSBB, launched on 6th August as a memorial tribute to our founder, Dr. Mrs. YGP, our perpetual luminary, and share some golden pages of her legendary life, which is a fountainhead of glorious success.
Vidyashakti, Medhashakti, Kalashaya Shakti.
Men may come and men may go, but PSBB will go on forever.
Prayer is when you talk to God. Meditation is when you listen to God. Lord Anjaneya not only bestows his devotees with valor and strength, but he also blesses them with plentiful knowledge and intuition. Let's now talk to Sri Anjaneya through this prayer as a Saturday special. He Ramaduta, He Ramabhakta, He Ramadasa, Namo Namo. He Ramaduta, He Ramabhakta, He Ramadasa, Namo Namo. Sita Mata Shoka Vinasha, Sita Mata Shoka Vinasha, Anatanata Namo Namo, Anatanata Namo Namo. Marutiraya Mahanubhava, Marutiraya Mahanubhava, Adibanavanta Namo Namo, Adibanavanta Namo Namo. Anjaneya Namo Namo, Anjaneya Namo Namo. Ganesh Chathurthi is one of the most important festivals celebrated throughout India with great devotion. As per the Shiva Purana, Ganesha is worshipped first before starting any work so that he may destroy any upcoming obstacles in the task taken. To get the fruit of wisdom, Lord Ganesha circumambulated his parents and quoted the Vedas, which says, "He who goes around his parents 7 times or makes pradakshinas gains the merit of going around the world 7 times. All the students of PSBB are blessed with the fruit of wisdom perpetuated by our beloved YGP ma'am. Here's an interesting story by which Lord Ganesha sets an example that parents are our world.
Narayana 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 Narayana. Naradar oru murai ஞான பழத்தினை ஹரனும் உண்டிட நயமுடன் தந்து செய்தியாது உண்டிட வேண்டினார். ஒப்பில்லா கனியை தனையறிருவரில் தப்பில்லா வழியில் ஒருவர் பேற்றிட முதலில் யாரும் பூவிதனை சுற்றி வருவார் பெறுவாரென செப்பினான் ஈசன். அம்மையப்பனே அகிலம் என்றே செம்மையாய் உலகோர் சிறப்புடன் உணர உமையொரு பாகனை உவப்புடன் சுற்றி அமைவாய் பெற்றனன் அருண்சுவை கனியை அமைவாய் பெற்றனன் அருண்சுவை கனியை. அம்மையப்பனே அகிலம் என்று செம்மையாயுலகோர் சிறப்புடன் உணர உமையொரு பாகனை உவப்புடன் சுற்றி அமைவாய் பெற்றனன் அருண்சுவை கனியை அமைவாய் பெற்றனன் அருண்சுவை கனியை. தந்தையும் தாயும் முன்னறி தெய்வம் சிந்தையில் வைத்தே கணபதியை வாழ்த்துவோம். தந்தையும் தாயும் முன்னறி தெய்வம் சிந்தையில் வைத்தே கணபதியை வாழ்த்துவோம். கணபதியை வாழ்த்துவோம். கணபதியை வாழ்த்துவோம்.
Our YGP ma'am considered all the obstacles in her life to be challenges. Pushing past her impediments, she transformed those challenges to building blocks to create her path to success. Let's worship Lord Ganesha, the elephant-headed son of Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati, the symbol of wisdom, prosperity and good fortune. culinary camaraderie at PSBB is one of great fun, and every year the celebration adds new memories. It aims to promote team spirit and to carve each student out as a good team player. Just like how each fruit has its own significance and uniqueness, the blend exemplifies sweetness and success, which is the strength of the PSBBNs. On the subconscious level, it reinforces a healthy diet.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. I am Sanvi of class 7C1 here to talk about Evergreen Salad Days. Health fitness is of great concern today, and fitness freaks talk of dieting, jogging, etc. Dr. Mrs. YGP, who envisioned the invasion of Western food culture into our daily menu, very appropriately introduced Salad Day in PSBB as early as in 1977, and we follow this tradition till date. Fun with fruits and vegetables introduced a novel method of making children realize that they are an essential part of daily life, and through this activity, all the children got the opportunity to exhibit their creativity and culinary skill. Each fruit or vegetable in the salad brings its own texture and flavor, which really tickle the palate. At PSBB, the Salad Day experience is marked by celebration, music, teamwork, planning, time management, facilitating, organizing, sharing, caring, and cleaning their workspace. Thereby, the current Swachh Bharat Abhiyan was foreseen. This again proves that man envisaged a major shift in the food habits of children, and Salad Day was an attempt to wean the children from eating junk food. Through this innovative program, she has instilled all the life skills and transformed the classroom into a salad bar, where both boys and girls have first-hand personalized learning experience. We now have Adhipa of class 8B1 to demonstrate vegetable carving. Thank you.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. I am going to show you how to carve Lord Ganesha using carrot and mooshik using lemon.
When the heart gets into prayer, every beat of the heart creates miracles. Bhajan is an extremely intense form of divine expression. In Ganagana Munakku Padiyayina, a Telugu bhajan, Pujya Shri Swami Ganapati Sachidananda reveres Lord Ganapati, the omnipresent, omnipotent and omniscient who removes obstacles and bestows victory. On this auspicious day of Ganesh Chathurthi, we dedicate a small Kirtanam in Nidimati Ragam to Lord Vinayaka. O Lord, whose form is that of an Omkara, who has 5 arms and elephant face. O merciful Lord, who grants every wish, I bow to you. O Lord, with one tusk, whose head is adorned with a crescent moon. You are the nephew of Lord Vishnu, and your ecstatic dance is a sight to behold. We bow to you. Ganesh Chaturthi celebrations will be incomplete without a dance, as Gajanana is the son of the divine cosmic dancer, Lord Shiva. We present a dance that unfolds the deep spiritual symbolism behind Ekadanta's appearance, who is known as Nartaka Ganapati.
Bye.
Let's walk down the memory lane and listen to the magic whispers of our alumni. Mr. Steve Borgia, Chairman and Managing Director, IND Eco Leisure Hotels, 1975 batch from Nungambakam branch. Shri K. Shivram, Managing Director, Bank of America, Hong Kong, Global Loans Project Head, 1982 batch from Nungambakam branch. Mrs. YG Samyukta, Consultant Psychologist, batch of 2006, Nungambakam branch. Dr. M. Chokkalingam, Senior Consultant Ophthalmologist, batch of 1990, KK Nagar branch.
Friends, I'm here to talk to you a story of a woman who saw tomorrow yesterday. I've seen it. She had the will to sail on sand. With that, she built two vibrant institutions. One, YGP, and the other, BHAVAN. I'm talking about a woman who took the initials of her man and gave womanhood in India a new dimension. Even as small kids, we saw the heavy built in her. Never did we once misunderstand her for a heavy built woman. We knew it was homing tons and tons of energy. And with that, she developed her ideas. She had the will and the desire to manifest them all. She was an open university. 75 years of pangs and passion. 10,000 odd students all over the globe. Thousands of teachers. Maybe about nearly 1 lakh square feet of teaching space. She gave India something not just unique, but something very, very appropriate. I think the Indianization of education, the credit should go to her. She not only lived a life ahead of her times, but she carried that time along. Much before the common man in India learnt of words like yoga and meditation, the kids at BHAVAN practiced yoga and meditation. When our national leaders were groping in the dark to make basic education available to every child, here is the lady who said, education should be appropriate enough, innovative enough to help the child find a vision, not just a job. What a brilliant statement to make. And I took it so serious, I memorized the spelling for the word vision when I was in 4th standard. And I said, what is my vision? What is my vision? What is my vision? When everybody said, I want to be an engineer, a doctor, I said, I want to be a Maharaja. Not because of the rich. I wanted to create a beautiful world around me. Years later, I made that my business, and even today my vision became my passion and my passion became my business thanks to this lady's vision. Primarily in matters of progress, she flew with the current, but in matters of principle, she stood like a rock. Nobody could shake her confidence. She chivalrously risks going as far as she can see. Always, if not to find out, Probably she wanted to test how far she could go. She never stopped going, and she will never ever. Nothing about her can be past or limited. That's why I'm talking in present. She's like Ganga, will flow, will defy, will define, she will provide and protect. Either in education, culture, media, or even day-to-day life, she has an attitude of a superstar, and that's what makes her a hero. There is no question she's the original, the best, the first, for she is always the one and only to all of us. 3 cheers to Mrs. YGP, our beloved Big Miss.
Hi, I'm Shivram. I studied in Padma SESHADRI. I was part of the 1982 batch of PSBB. In my family, I was the third to go to Padma SESHADRI. My eldest brother, Padmanabh, was part of the 1971 batch. He went on to do his chemical engineering. My elder brother, Ishwa, was part of the 1973 batch, and he went on to do electrical engineering. I ended up doing my chartered accountancy. Now I think even when we were studying, the school had this reputation for academic excellence. And I recollect many years later, after I had finished CA and I was in Bombay looking for jobs, I had attended a job interview, and the interviewer looked at my CV and said, "Oh, you studied in Padma SESHADRI, great school," and I think somewhere we benefited from that halo effect, that reputation. But clearly that reputation wasn't something that came about overnight. It took a lot of effort, a lot of work, a lot of sacrifice and dedication from a lot of people to make it happen. My brothers have told me stories of the early days of the school when resources were constrained, and there was a period where there wasn't enough money to even pay the teachers. But they sacrificed, they loved what they were doing, they persevered, they carried on. And I think in some measure the success of the school ultimately was, part of that is owed to those sacrifices. But I think all of us will agree that the main driving force behind making PSBB into this vastly respected institution it became was Mrs. YGP. So her drive, her dedication, her hard work and effort which made that possible. Now, as a kid, Mrs. YGP used to be this larger than life personality for all of us. She had this loud booming voice and this, she could walk into a noisy classroom and just her personality would leave that place quiet, a pin drop silence, right? And yes, she was a disciplinarian. And I think all of us have lots of stories to share about incidents we can talk about. But I do think some of that discipline has benefited some of us. I mean, there are values we learned, things like, coming on time or, looking presentable, working hard, I think these things have helped us, as we've navigated life. I can speak for myself. I last saw Mrs. YGP in 2013. She came down for my nephew's wedding. And at that time she couldn't walk. She was wheelchair bound. And it was clearly quite an effort for her to make the trip. But even then, you could see the discipline, the determination. It was as strong as ever. And I remember taking her down to the dining area for dinner. And I'd organized her the various things she was going to eat because she couldn't go around the buffet. Her doctors, I think, had clearly told her no sweets. But she said, "I want paisam." And she insisted on having the paisam. She enjoyed it, she relished it, and it was great to see. So I'm happy I had that opportunity to do that little service for her. So I'll always remember her whenever I think of the school. It's a place where I've made, phenomenal lifelong friendships. And yes, I'm very grateful I had the opportunity to study in PSBB and be part of that story. Thank you.
Hello. I know they've asked us to speak about Mrs. YGP. For me, she's my grandmother. We call her Perima. There's so much to say about her, so I really don't know where to start. But one of the things, not a day goes by in the last year that I have not thought of her, like every single day. She has been the strongest person that I know, one of the strongest people that I've known, the most encouraging, most optimistic person, and I think all of us right now could use that level of optimism. And she's also been such an amazing grandmother and a teacher and to everybody, but specifically to me, a grandmother, I think a quintessential grandmother who, played with us, who told me so many stories. And that's kind of what got me interested in the genre of books and movies that I like now, with mythology and history. She was an amazing teacher, and I was lucky enough to have been taught by her at home, especially with history, because we had to learn the freedom struggle a lot in school, and she was actually a part of all that. So it was very interesting to hear her first-hand experiences of that as well. There's just a lot to say, and I don't know how long I have to actually say all this, but I do miss her every day.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. I am Dr. Chokalingam, an alumnus of Padma SESHADRI, having passed out of the KK Nagar branch in 1990. I belong to the generation of students who joined Padma SESHADRI in the 80s and in the KK Nagar branch. So we never had a direct day-to-day interaction with Mrs. YGP. But the teachers, the management, the staff, everybody were ambassadors of Mrs. YGP, and we could feel that every day during our stay in the school. Having done my primary education in an Anglo-Indian school, joining Padma SESHADRI was a great refreshing change for me, because the wholesome education which was imparted there, with importance given to all faiths, promoting the identity and culture of our country, was something which was remarkable, and this was a trendsetter for many schools to adopt this in the future. Having studied in a school where moral science was a compulsory subject with a particular scripture being taught as a subject, in Padma SESHADRI, this was a truly remarkable impact on all of us. We were made to realize our identity, to respect and promote our culture. There was something new which was happening in the school every year, and it was evident that Mrs. YGP was the main person behind all these things. Apart from this, there was a personal interaction I've had with her in the late 90s, when I had to get a testimonial from my principal. And when I approached her, she said that apart from her, I'm meaning Mrs. Ramdas, she said it will be nice if I could get a testimonial from Mrs. YGP. And as usual, when you have to meet somebody, you're very early in the morning. I was there in her house at around 6:30, and she had already gone for the morning walk. She came back after the walk. Age notwithstanding, she was brisk. She made sure that she stuck to her schedule every day, and she was very sharp in her interaction with me. Whatever she needed from me, she got the information within a few minutes of interaction, and that was her true remarkable style of functioning. And the testimonial she had given me, I am still preserving it. She is a great soul, and as I mentioned already, she is omnipresent everywhere, and she will continue to guide all of us. I am proud to say that my children are also in Padma SESHADRI, and Padma SESHADRI has shaped many generations of students, coming out with truly brilliant colors. And the Karana Karta for all these things has been, will be, Mrs. YGP. We are observing her first anniversary of leaving us. She might have left us mortally, but her omnipresence is always there, and she will continue to guide us and bless us. Thank you. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.
From Dr. Mrs. YGP's life, we all learn that the summit can be reached by being bold, not brazen, by being assertive, not aggressive, by being determined, but not inflexible. Respect for values and traditions can never be an impediment to progress. With this, we have come to the end of the day 17. This is Shrudika signing off. Stay tuned for the upcoming streaks tomorrow at 6 p.m. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.
विद्याशक्ति